Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Q Center in Colwood, British Columbia. BCJA double action on the way. The Shamrocks hosting the Poco Saints. We got a barn burner, I expect, in store in about 5 minutes' time. We're not going to waste any more time. I got the assistant coach of the Shamrocks in the pregame show. Some interesting answers here from Darren Rising. Hope you enjoy this. Here's the coach in the pregame show coming right up. Yeah, I'm here with Darren Rising, assistant coach of the Shamrocks. Thanks for being alongside, Coach. Good to see you again tonight. Look, let's just, instead of me going backwards in time, let's just go tonight. Holy smokes, Coach. All the marbles are on the table. The entire playoff path, I think I asked you about that last game. The entire playoff path is down to kind of tonight's game. Tell us what all the marbles on the table mean to you as a coach.
Right. Well, unless weird things happen, this game could have a high likelihood of income. Who's going to come 2, who's going to come 3, and we are probably playing each other next week when the playoffs start.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Really, we can talk about this being game 1 of the playoffs right now, and should be a really good one tonight.
Good. I'm glad you did that. I am going to go a little backwards in time and just talk about what's been happening lately. Look, I thought we had a couple big kind of coming out parties, on Tuesday night there against Nanaimo. And, nobody showed me that more than maybe number 28. A newcomer, of course, and I'm talking about McDougall. Tell us about specifically what you saw from that guy. I think he had something like 7 points on Tuesday night. Yeah. Tell us about McDougall.
Evan showed right away at practice and in the first game that he's got a high lacrosse IQ, and his skill set is very, very good. He's, as the boys say, he's got some really nice mitts.
Totally.
And Tuesday, I think we saw what he's capable of doing. He's got a great stick. He's always looking for a feed. His head's always up, and Marcelo was the benefit of seeing a lot of nice little passes inside to put away.
Yeah. You mentioned nice little passes and mentioning Guerrero. Look, he had a 9-pointer himself. Now, look, I'm not trying to throw a wet blanket on it. There were 9 call-ups in the lineup for Nanaimo, and I respectfully, they put up a great performance, I thought, against you, especially some of those young kids. But tell us less about the single players, but tell me, Coach, what the team's sort of message was with kind of a victory like that and maybe some momentum coming into tonight.
Well, process over product was the goal on Tuesday. So play properly, let's do things right, and let's get both ends of our floor cooking.
Okay.
And Nanaimo was good that night. They came out right and scored the first one and let us know they're here to play. And I thought as the game went on, I thought both ends of our units did a good job of sticking with process and getting better. And, the ball doesn't always go in, but I think we played well at both ends.
Your goaltender, newcomer, Grayson Beggs, his first game in Shamrocks green. He comes in to the contest with that vaunted, 8-7, whatever the number is, save percentage, tops in the league. That's a risky stat to have, Coach. You can lose that in a New York minute. He did put up good work in net. Tell us who gets first of all, your thoughts on his performance, and please let me know who gets to start tonight.
No, Beggsy played great. He got welcomed to the game in the first 20 seconds with a goal against.
Oh, that's right.
That was poor defense on our part, not his fault.
Fine. Yeah.
And he settled in great. You're right. Only 3 more the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Steady. He will get the start tonight.
Okay.
And give Gus a bit of a break and get them both fresh for the playoffs.
Okay. Glad to hear that. Look, I should ask you this before we came up here, any major changes to the lineup? We're going to see any junior Bs here, or are they going to be on a case-by-case basis as we get closer? And I say that, Coach, because, of course, last game I was talking about, you getting the benefit of, promotion from within, players from within coming back. We talked about that last conversation. Tell us any changes, maybe what the junior B plan is, because don't forget the junior Bs just played one heck of a lacrosse game here, winning game 1 moments ago here, although a tight one. Your thoughts about junior Bs, how they're going to help you here as we get closer, and anybody in the lineup tonight?
Sure, we're finally pretty close to full health, which is first time all year. So a couple guys are scratched for no other reason except for our numbers. Brecken will step in for us tonight from the B team. Okay. But you're right, both teams have their own playoffs to be taken care of. So we're trying to ensure that our lineup is somewhat static and their lineup stays the same. So like I said, we're finally healthy. That's a huge bonus for us. It's taken all year. And hopefully we're going to start peaking at the right time.
Last question we had to hear on this, Coach. Well, normally I like to finish with an X's and O's, and I'll do just that. Look, I thought, sort of generally speaking, that full motion triangle that you guys have been trying to get working is slowly getting there. I see the triangle shifting and changing, top of the key, left side, right side. You go counter motion, in, out, inside out is right side up sometimes. and that's kind of the way to fool goaltenders. Tell me some X's and O's things that, not the super details, but what you want to see tonight to be successful. And like you say, what is ostensibly game one of the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, without giving too much detail, our goal is to play a motion offense where we're constantly moving. The ball swings from side to side. We engage all 5 guys. We don't have a one-man offense show like some other places do. Our goal is to keep the ball hot, keep our feet hot, and do our best to find the middle.
That's Darren Racing talking about what could be a semi-quasi game one here at the Q Center. 3:30 start time tonight. This is going to be a doozy, folks. Hope you enjoy this. So best of luck tonight.
Thanks very much.
Right on.
Take care.
Yes, good evening again, fans. Welcome back inside the Q Center in Colwood, British Columbia. Clay Cochran with you tonight, getting set for another exciting evening of Victoria Shamrocks action. Yes, indeed. Happy to be back again this season with the Shamrocks and getting set for basically the final home game of the regular season in this 2026 BCJALL regular season for the Shamrocks. The Shamrocks, yes, who are they playing tonight? Who else? The new look Poco Saints. Boy, they are an unbelievable club in Poco. A lot of folks didn't think they were going to make the playoffs, but they are in the playoffs huge, and it's almost a veritable game one on tap tonight. 15-3 they won last night, hosting Delta did the Saints, but they're going to be coming in tough tonight at home here for the Shamrocks at the Q Center. The Shamrocks, meanwhile, they're coming off that superb 3-0 road trip. They did drop a game there against Adanax 2 weeks ago, but we saw them on Tuesday, or a week ago, should I say, but we saw them on Tuesday night with that dominant performance against Nanaimo. They're in tough tonight. Both teams coming in with basically 20 points on the regular season. This is really all the marbles on the floor tonight to play for, because really this game tonight could go a very, very long way to determining the playoff path for virtually both lacrosse clubs tonight. Looking forward to this one. I'm joined, of course, by my esteemed camera crew here. That's Aaron McCandless on the upstairs, Ryan Snowden down below. Chris Budden is our producer engineer. His brother Anthony is our statistician and the public address announcer. I'm about to introduce him right now. That's Jordan Smith. And here's Jordan Smith with tonight's starting lineup.
Tonight's starting goaltender, wearing number 1, Grayson Beggs. Sponsored by the memory of Joan Christine Gish, number 44, Angus Snow. Sponsored by Elvin Yorshaw and Victoria Cleaning Limited, number 2, Ryan Lowe. Sponsored by Langford Spot, number 5, Dylan Anderson. Sponsored by Encore Fitness and Sport, number 6, Kurt Queston. Sponsored by Victoria Fire, number 8, Luca Pluvetta. Sponsored by the Michaud family, Chris Rich contracting number 13, Marcelo Moreno. Sponsored by the Agency for Real Estate Brokerage, number 17, Bryson Thompson. Sponsored by the Western Light Corporation, number 19, Dawson Wade. Sponsored by Belmont Collision, number 22, Philip Lucius. Sponsored by Cold Coast Construction, number 23, Aaron Eberhardt. Sponsored by Uniform Local 780G and Victoria Shamrocks Alumni Associations, number 24, Ollie Pemberton. Sponsored by Western Information Solutions, number 25, Zach Sigourney. Number 28, Evan McDougall. Sponsored by Concrete Inflections and Hydroforce Limited, number 25, Jeff Classic. Number 46, Parker Sorensen. Sponsored by Plug Phoenix and M&A Food Market, number 47, Jake Fudowski. Sponsored by J Block Properties, number 91, Craig Graham. Sponsored by Will Roof and Victoria City Police Athletic Association, number 93, Cooper Anderson. And coming up from the Tier 1s,
folks, we're going to step aside and observe the national anthem. We'll have the lacrosse game for you coming up right after the national anthem.
Shamrocks would like to acknowledge with respect the traditional lands of the Coquitlam people. As guests on the homelands of the Songhees and Coquitlam First Nations, we'd like to thank our hosts as we gather today to play the Creators game. Now please remain standing for the Canadian national anthem.
Yes, hello again, fans. Welcome back inside the friendly confines of the Q Center in Colwood, British Columbia. Clay Cochran alongside Aaron McCandless, Ryan Snowden on camera, the producer-engineer, Chris Budden, his brother Anthony, our statistician tonight, getting set for lacrosse. Jordan Smith on the in-house mic. Yes, starting from my broadcast right and attacking right to left in black with yellow/gold trim. Yes, of course, that's a Poco Saints down there. Starting in net tonight, it'll be number 88, Ashton Brown. Expect to probably see Brown in the playoffs. Brown coming in with a 8-5-0 record, a 701 save percentage, and 865 save percentage. He had a backup last night, backup performance actually in the 15-3 win versus Delta. It was Keegan Snodnosh getting the start last night and the victory for the Saints in that ball game. Meanwhile, to my broadcast left, starting left to right in white, yes, that is the Shamrocks. That's Grayson Beggs getting his second assignment and start in 2 nights. His last win was, of course, last Tuesday night, that big victory against the Nanaimo Timbermen. We'll probably talk more about that in a moment. His numbers, 3-6-1 on the regular season, 6.79 goals against, an 871 save percentage. Our referees, Ryan White, backed up tonight with Jason Syratuk. Our 32nd official is Declan Kirby on the 30. And we're looking forward to this one, folks. A veritable playoff game, if that makes any sense. We'll talk more about that as the subplot for tonight's contest. But these two clubs, veritable first-round opponents. Good chance they're going to face each other in the first round. And it really is a chance at seeing who's going to get home floor advantage. Meanwhile, we have ball drop and face-off, and the clock is operating at 3:34 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. We're glad you're with us. And already a player dump just ahead of the Shamrocks crease area. It's going to be a turnover, and the Poco Saints will take over here as they attack right to left and up with the ball now. Number 26, that's Masnick, possibly the best lacrosse player at the junior A level in this province. He is unbelievable, and he's fighting for the ball now. Check that, Terry lost control of it. Now picked up by Masnick, takes a chance in front, takes a shot in tight. Boy, just missing the net. That was awfully close. Beggs coming out and getting as big as he could in the crease area. Now the ball work its way down the right wing, and it'll be the Shamrocks taking over for their first attempt on offense. It's Lucinius spinning off a check there. Now he'll work to the left elbow, and a chance here trying to get away from a check. Low shot there and a save made by Brown, his first stop tonight. And both clubs attempts towards goal, but a bad giveaway there along the far wall. Now here comes a one-on-one attack going the other way. Wong on the attack, couldn't find an entrance towards goal, and he'll just retreat and work his way back to the point, go off for a change, and the ball will work down low to the left side to Young. He's got it now, coming out of the left side corner, trying to find a man in front. Young takes the shot there. He was trying to go 5-hole on Beggs, but Beggs closed the door, and He'll swoop the ball to safety, and up the right wing it'll come. And onto the floor is Brecken Williams as he headmans the ball forward. It's loose, and trying to pick it up there in traffic. It'll be Thompson, the captain, with it. And he managed to win that one-on-one battle. Lost ball, goes to the right side, but quick stick to it. It's picked up by Ollie Pemberton. He'll just dish off and go for a change with a fresh 30 here for the Shamrocks. Long pass to the right side. Thompson, the captain, stutter steps. He'll work around towards goal. Takes a lane shot there, and a big save by Brown. He'll go back to the point, reset on a quick 30. Here comes Wade with the ball now. He'll try to work his way, and they're going to say a loose ball foul there against the Shamrocks, and the ball will go the other way. A moving screen, check that, violation. As I correct myself live on the air. Now down to the corner left side, Mills, danger man for Mills. And speaking of danger, Maisnick hands it off at the far wall. Saints now with the ball, looking for a lane. Low shot there, didn't miss by much, but it'll bounce and right back into the safe hands of number 28. That's Oscar Lucas. Number of the changes that they've made this Saints team, Lucas being one of them in the last couple of weeks, loading up for the playoffs. There's a shot in tight, Beggs another stop, and he closes the door, and it'll be Beggs and only his second start. And he sends a long bomb over the right side to Cram. He'll dish off to Quested. You can always tell Quested he's got those pink sneakers, easy to call for your broadcasters. Always nice when you got a pair of sneakers that jump out, and Quested's play jumps out too. Here's a shot coming through traffic, and it's blocked in front, picked up. Only 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Now Quested again, he'll feed to the corner, running out of time. The captain takes a shot there, and a save made by Brown. And boy, this game has been end-to-end early. Just minutes into this one, not 5, and still looking for its first goal. But good offense and great goaltending at both ends of the floor. Now the Saints with a low shot there, bounce towards goal, and it'll go and deposit itself right into the bench of the Shamrocks, and it'll be Ollie Pemberton who will take over as the play is blown in by Jason Syratek. A referee we haven't seen a lot of so far this season. Big shot there, just missing wide. Watch out, close to the over and back, and it will be. And Syratek says over and back indeed. And it'll be a fresh 30 and a new possession here for the Saints as they take over here. Not yet 4 minutes gone into this game, but it feels like they've already played 10. Tons of action at both ends of the floor. Masnick spins off a check, works it to the corner. He'll go far side. He's got a man on the wall. That's Mills. Mills loads up, takes a shot, misses well wide. This could be an over and back against the Saints, and I think it is as the whistle goes. And once again, that time it was the lead ref, Ryan White, calling the over and back, and it'll be a fresh 30 here for the Shamrocks. Huge game tonight as Quested tries to fight his way through a pick, takes a shot there, and the ball will bounce. Brecken Williams try to race it down, and another over and back. Yes, it is. As racing to the bench. Do we have a penalty coming up here? We may have. I do believe so, yes. And I think we're going to have a Poco Saint player going to the penalty box. And that'll give us a chance to bring up an interesting subplot in tonight's game. I think that's number 15, by the way, Fournier. I'll give you the numbers. The power play efficiency for the Shamrocks, .333, so 1-3. I know nobody ever paid me for my math numbers. .333 on the efficiency of Dave Bremner's power play, but it's the penalty kill unit of Poco to pay attention to. Tops in the league, and I'll give you that number in a sec. Big shot there, and just missing. It's going to be an over and back unless Quested can save it. Apparently he did. What a save there at the line. Now trying to get in front of it was Anderson, but it'll bounce high into the air, and Eilert will almost have it stolen as he had Ryan Lowe on him. Now it is stolen. Here comes Cram up the left side. Man in front. It's down low. Shot there and a save made. Boy, oh boy, what a chance there. Anderson on the doorstep. He was trying to go 5-hole on Ashton Brown, and man, that one was a huge stop by Brown. Now right side on the entry. Here comes number 33 Wong, and he'll once again go off for another stop, and all sorts of cat calls coming from the bench. And they want a penalty due to the Poco Saints on that last pick play. Left side now, swinging to the right elbow. Long shot coming through, and that one hits its mark, but a save made by Beggs. Short-handed attempt there, didn't miss by much. And they're going to, I guess they're going to say that missed the goaltender because no fresh 30 on that. I would thought we were going to see a fresh 30. It's possible the 32nd referee might have missed that because he can't stand on his chair with a player in the box. No, that's what it is. Forgive me, folks, as I impugn poor Declan Kirby, our 32nd ref. No, it was a penalty coming up, and it's number 5, Dylan Anderson. That's why there was no reset. So back to 5-on-5. That'll do it for the power play for the Shamrocks. And it'll be 4-on-4 for about 45 seconds left to go. A couple sticks lost on the play. A shot there looking for the top corner and just missing by inches. Back to the point on the reload and a fresh 30 here for the Saints. No look pass there in front. Man takes the shot in tight. Holy smokes, what a save there by Beggs. That was 40. Braden Reiger, and Reiger coming oh so close. I don't know, 4-on-4 scoring play, had that one buried, and my goodness, you can see why Grayson Beggs leads this league in terms of save percentage. 8-7-1 coming in. There's a low shot off the post and out, and that'll be an over and back. No, they're going to wash that out because of the post, and now it'll end up in the far corner. Mills trying to fight for it. Miles, excuse me, and now away with the ball. Here come the Shamrocks. What a game we got going. An absolute end-to-ender. Shots on goal right now. 4-4, and boy, that ties in. Post there moments ago by the Shamrocks, but this one is obviously going to be a tightly contested affair. Here's Thompson trying to work his way past 2 checks. Low shot there, and another stop by Ashton Brown. And man, these 2 goaltenders, Brown and Beggs, it's going to be a bit of a old-fashioned pitching duel, if you will. Lost ball there. Wong at the center 4 logo, now going the other way as changes being made. Luca Pavetta looks up, checks the clock. Fresh 30 rolling here for the Rocks. And just a few under 30 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Poco with Anderson in the penalty box. Poco 356 on the man advantage against a penalty kill unit, improving at 640 for Dave Bremner's defensive look. Now Thompson, right side, reaches up high to pick it up. Couldn't. It'll bounce to the far corner, and that's it on the 30-second shot clock. And it'll be Poco ball here. Game still looking for its first scoring play. They've come close. Out of the box now is Anderson. Back to 5-on-5. Mills to the corner, right side. Working the elbow. Back to the play. Back to the goaltender. Now spinning off a check. Poco looking very good here. Both teams with great looks towards goal. There's another stop there by Beggs. And that one will roll into traffic. It'll finally be picked up here by the Shamrocks. And my oh my, if this is a preview of the playoffs, sign me up, folks. I want more. Sorensen, he'll go off for a change down the right side into the zone with speed. Comes number 19, and that's Dawson Wade. Wade now back with the ball. One-on-one, takes a low shot there. Good block in front, was picked up by a Saint, and a headman pass will work out on the left side entry. Here comes Nolan Ross with it now. Ross will just wait for reinforcements. They finally appear with Miles and company. Terry now with the ball here at the top of the left point. Terry will swing it to the right. 12 minutes left to go here, first period. Ball lost there. Can they save the over and back? We saw that earlier by Cuesta. Now a stolen ball there. Here's Graham. Short breakaway chance for Graham. Takes a shot and roll it off the post. My goodness, I want to see that on the replay. Holy smokes, what a chance there. I was going to say saved by Brown, but I don't think Brown touched it. I think it went straight into the base of the left post to you, the viewer, right post to Ashton Brown. No score on the play. 5-on-5 action. Both teams have had a power play. 0-for-0. There's a shot and a save made there. Point blank, or another one by Beggs. And we are seeing a good old-fashioned end-to-ender here. Here's a chance here. 2-on-1 in front. Takes a shot. Another save there by Brown. And he was looking for it down between his legs, but it does not cross the goal line. Now it'll be Vanderwall with the ball. The dish off to Mills. Mills will stay on the floor, and they'll work the 5-on-5 right to left. Fontenla with a shot there, almost in. My goodness, he was trying to go 5-hole, and a save there by Beggs. Got enough of it, and it rolled towards the goal line dangerously, but managed to stay clear. Here's Pavetta with the ball now. Pavetta, nice lead pass there. He's got Klassen. Klassen lost the handle, and he's dumped in a maze of black shirts. Now picked up here by Cuesta. Look at Quested's movement there. What an absolute superb recovery by Quested. He's got the ball now. Takes a shot wide. My goodness, the fastest game I have seen played by the Shamrocks this year. There's been a few doozies, but boy, it is an absolute veritable playoff atmosphere in here for sure. Last regular season game, there's a shot in tight and another save made by Brown. Last regular season game for these home games, should I say, for the Shamrocks. They got one more on Monday. We'll talk about that as the game wears on. And I'm going to need a drink of water at the end of this first period. It has been an absolute firebrand lacrosse game here to start Halfway through the first period, still no goal in the game. And it'll be picked up here by the Shamrocks at the center floor. Thompson with the ball now. The captain will lug it down to the corner. Wade with it. Trying to come out of traffic. He's dropped by a clean check there, but the ball comes loose. Thompson trying to steal it, does so. Thompson with the ball now in the corner. Good recovery, but still on the original shot clock with the possession arrow in favor of the Shamrocks. Left side, Carrero takes a shot. He had a 9-pointer, did Carrero, on Tuesday night, but he missed the net there. I think it actually hit a block in front as it rolled harmlessly to the far right corner. Now picked up here by the Saints. Number 26, Jared Masnick again in that big trade just a couple weeks ago with Delta. And Masnick making a good foray towards goal there. Now Lucas with it. He lost his footing, but back on his feet. Lots of time left on the shot clock as the game starts to have its first sort of pause, semi-breath, shall we say. Wall on the pick. Got help on the right side, and that's Lucas takes a shot there towards goal. Another stop by Begg. Shots on goal now 10-7 in favor of Victoria, as Bucinius will rag the ball along the near side wall, waiting for help to come in. He's got Anderson down on the right corner, but he'll feed off to Quested. Top of the point, back to Anderson near side. Pick set up in front. Anderson fakes the shot. Under 10 to play, man in front, and there was a chance there. Pavetta was right on the doorstep, but he couldn't get the ball to settle in his stick, and now it'll be going the other way. Miles with the ball. He'll go off for a change, and it'll be picked up in front here by Miles. That is Josh Miles, number 34. 26 goals on the regular season for this player. He's got the ball now. Long pass to the far side works. Low shot there through traffic, just missing. And getting a small piece of it was Beggs. I think he just touched the outside of his stick. Now Cram, he's got room on the right side. Help coming from Pavetta. Cram works it to the far corner. They'll wait to set up on the half-court offense as changes being made defensively by Poco. Another long shot there and another save by Brown. This is a pitching duel if there ever was one. Couple heavyweights, 2-on-1, going the other way. Poco with the ball down in, takes a shot, rebound came right out. Could have been a crease violation. I think they might have got that right. That was number 20 in the crease, Tui. And I think Levi Tui's feet were just inside the green paint. Boy, this game has not had a chance to breathe. I don't think we certainly haven't had a replay. It's been end-to-end, very few whistles, couple power plays, and no goals yet, but you wouldn't know it with the action we've seen so far. Here's a headman pass. Klassen takes a shot in tight, and that's Ryan Lowe with the goal. And Lowe puts that one home to put the Shamrocks on top, and they draw first blood in this game. Let's take a look at the ball movement here. Headman pass from Klassen. I think he's going to get the primary as it came right in here. Watch this play here. Klassen gets the ball on the headman. It goes to the corner. There's the little dip by Klassen. Gets it forward to Lowe, and Lowe puts that one home. The second assist, I think, will be Dylan Anderson. Well, 1-0 the score here as the Shamrocks strike early. And here's the call.
By number 2, Ryan Lowe. Assist to number 29, Jet Klassen. And number 5, Dylan Anderson.
I was right. Anderson does get the secondary, but boy, the headman, the steely-eyed headman pass. That's steely-eyed headman pass by number 29, Jed Klassen, and what a smart play. Very selfless play by Klassen. He had a lane, could have shot it, and he decided to push the headman forward, and that was the difference there. 1-0 score on the even strength. Shamrocks on top here with a 1-goal lead here. There's a shot in tight and another point blanker. That one, I think, just missed the net. I think it just wrapped around the outside, and no fresh 30 in the shot clock. Referee agrees with me. Bad giveaway. Now a chance here on a 2-on-0, almost 3-on-1 now it turns into. Man in front, takes a shot, they score! And a 3-on-1 that was kind of a 2-on-1, kind of a no-on-1. Holy smokes, what a play there by Sorensen as Parker Sorensen, watch this replay, comes down the wing, keeps the ball. He faked it to Bucinius on the right side. Watch this, Sorensen fake going airborne, fake giving it to Bucinius, and watch this breakout. They just break right out of the zone, full speed, down the left wing, hangs onto the ball, fools everybody, including me. Easy to do, by the way. And look at on the right side for Bucinius. Bucinius was the decoy, put that one home. It's 2-0 Shamrocks, and they strike early. Here's the call. Another goal in front, they score, and it's 3-0 Shamrocks, and there's the captain, Grayson Thompson, with the goal. And already a flurry of goals. Watch this. Grayson Thompson works his way to the left side, goes high into the air, climbs the ladder, and puts that over the shoulder of Ashton Brown. And just like that, there were no goals in this contest for the longest time. I mean, what were we through, 12 minutes? Something like that, maybe more. And suddenly 3 goals in about a minute and a half, and this game has just gone on the old tilt-a-whirl. Here's the call.
17, Grayson Thompson. Assistant number 19, Dustin Wade. And number 91, Greg Cram.
So Thompson from Wade and Cram. And now another low shot in tight. Pavetta picks up the loose rebound in front. Great job defensively. It'll bounce clear, but big trouble here trying to clear the zone. They do, and Ollie Pemberton with a little bit of room and some space and time will just wait for the reinforcements and try to slow this game down a little bit. 3-0 the score if you're just joining us. Under 6 to go here. Here's Dylan Anderson. He'll work the ball into the corner. Give and go, and Carrero was set up. He had Klassen feeding him the ball again. Now Klassen banging away at it, trying to pick it up, and the ball comes loose again. Fournier, trouble picking it up. He is harassed hard, and they are going to say, wow, yep, they are going to say loose ball push against the Poco Saints. So it'll be a fresh 30 and a turnover and possession in favor of the Shamrocks. Already up by 3, looking for more. Low on the pick. Now down to the corner, Quested. He'll come out of the right side. It'll be Klassen with the ball now. Another one of those low dip passes forward. Worked before, but that time it creates a turnover. Now a little trouble brewing the other way as the Saints come up through the floor. A 2-on-2 turns into a 2-on-4, and that's that defensive shutdown that Dave Bremner's been talking about. Vital, getting guys back quick. That was a 2-on-2 that totally turned into a stymied attack with lots of white jerseys back into the box. Now a long shot there and a save made by Beggs. And as that one comes out, fresh 30 here for Poco, but it's picked up by Bucinius in traffic. He's going to have trouble getting out of the Zamboni corral zone, but he does so. He's got 2 to beat here at the line, and he's just going to feed it, but a poor pass will just miss, and it'll be a turnover as Sorensen could not climb the ladder high enough to get that. Here comes Vanderwall with the ball now. He'll hand off to number 40, Braden Reiger. Reiger now working it in deep. Now it goes to the left side, trying to get off the shoulder check. And a low feed here, tough angle shot here, diving through the air and possibly in the crease. I'm going to say, yeah, crease violation. Good chance there. I think that was Lincoln Wall on the attempt. It was slow to get up as Wall. We'll watch for him. Now the ball being picked up here by Cram. Excellent game here early. Both clubs totally pouring it all on and then some. You know Poco's going to come back with a hard push soon enough. Just going to try to weather the storm, the Shamrocks, but they're up early. We got a penalty coming up here as Anderson was dumped right in front of the hash marks. And you don't like seeing that. Dylan Anderson very, very slow to get up, and I think the athletic therapist is going to come out and does so. We got a penalty coming up against the Saints. It's going to put Dave Bremner's offense back to work on the 5-on-4 power play. It's Tui. And you can hear the fans down below calling for 5. I don't think it'll be anything close to that, but I'm expecting maybe a cross-checking call here. Although both officials, Ryan White and Jason Tyre-Tucker, definitely talking about something which is unusual. Well, hold on, folks. Do I see a 5? We have got a major penalty. So I was wrong. That is a major penalty against Tui. As Jason Syratuk makes it clear, that was a full 5. We'll maybe see that in the replay when we get a chance. I'll just see if my producer engineer can get that for you later, because I'd like to see that again. There's a shot right in. So illegal cross-check is just heard there from Jordan. And Tui in the penalty box for 5 minutes. So it'll be a a 5-minute power play. And we got a turnover on the shorthanded counterattack. It'll be Questhead into the zone now. Just under 4 minutes to play, but there's 4:30, so about a minute off the power play clock and the game clock here with just over 3 to play here. First period, 3-0 the score if you're just joining us. Sorensen takes, McDougall takes a low shot there, hit a leg in front, so no clear on the 30, and the clock will count. And it's a one-on-one attack in the corner. And up with the ball, here's Thompson, and tries to go over the back, and that almost worked. Holy smokes, what a play there by Thompson. He jumped high into the air, and he tried to do the overdump. And now it'll be Wong with it. But Ashton Brown was wise to that one. He kind of just put his shoulders hard up to the crossbar. It was Brown's move on that last attempt there towards goal. 2:40 left on the first period game clock, trying to get around his man. Right side into the corner. Masnick, as the Harvard University player, sends it towards goal, but it rolls off his stick, and it'll be back to Cran here along the right side wall. Pemberton with it now. He'll dish off and go for a change. Questhead and the rest of the offense with Anderson joining the attack. We'll send it down low. The captain, Thompson, on the floor now. Questhead give and go with his man. He'll work it to the left side. And now a load shot there. They score! And Questhead puts that one home, and it's 4-0 Shamrocks, a power play goal. And Carter Questhead absolutely full up, wind up. Watch this. He goes top left corner. I think that one went right over the right shoulder of number 88, Ashton Brown. Great ball movement. Questhead here loads up, nothing but power. There was a moving screen set up. That actually went right under the right armpit of Ashton Brown.
Shamrocks power play goal scored by number 6.
So an errant pass ends up in the penalty box of the Saints, and that's going to be a turnover on possession. So I talked all over Jordan, folks. Forgive me on that one. We'll get the cleanup there after the first period's in the books. By the way, $1.40 to go on that, but remember, it's a 5-minute penalty against Toohey, so he is still in the box here, watching as the power play unofficially. I've got 1 for 2. There's a shot in tight. 1 for 2. With the Shamrocks now enjoying possession again, up by 4 here early. There were no goals in the game for the opening 12 minutes of this one. It's still a goaltender's duel for sure, as Questhead will work the ball at the top of the right elbow. Questhead, nice feed in front, one-timer, and Clausen puts that one home, and it's 5-0 Shamrocks. Watch this pass. What a job here. Questhead, give and go back over to the left side. He's got Clausen. Watch Clausen here as he absolutely unloads. I think I said Questhead on the goal. Forgive me. Questhead found Clausen back to the right side. Here's Pavetta. Pavetta fakes the shot. Looked like he was going to load up and take one. Excuse me. Pavetta on the primary. Actually, maybe it was Questhead. Forgive me, folks. They're showing Questhead. I saw Pavetta on the pass. They've got that downstairs as 29 from 6 and 28. I feel like that was actually. We got a change in net. Holy smokes. 5-0 the score. And by the way, Ashton Brown has been absolutely superb, but suddenly into the ball game, the winner of last night's contest. That's none other than the backup Keegan Shognosh. So Shognosh into the game with about a minute to go here in this first period. And Ashton Brown back on the bench for the Saints, and coming in now in relief is number 00, Shognosh. Here's the call. There's a shot and they score. And it's going to be Wall as we watch here on the replay. I was busy just checking the numbers on the newcomer. We'll clean that up in a moment. Watch the Saints here. They come into the zone here and diving towards goal and getting one to go 5-hole. Just got past Grayson Biggs. And boy, they sure needed that. The Poco Saints head coach Travis Cornwall making a big decision as he pulls his starter tonight, Ashton Brown. And I will just wager that's the only time he's been pulled this season, as Lowe picks up the ball off the faceoff. Here's Lowe, short breakaway, 50-footer, takes a shot. Save made right there by Shognosh. And wow, what a stop. Another shot towards goal. That one missed. Holy smokes, this game is just about seeing everything. We're only not even 20 minutes through. Big stop there, point blanker. And Shognosh's first save of the night is a 50-foot short-handed goal. We got a timeout with 25.1 seconds left to go in the first. And obviously, that's a Poco Saints timeout here. Well, let's just let this game breathe, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. What a start to this one. I told you that it was probably going to be a playoff-like experience in here. As I look around the building, big crowd in here. Well in excess of 200 fans in the building, but my goodness, what a game as the Poco Saints have just scored to make it 5-1. But maybe the biggest news of the night, Ashton Brown chased from his net. In relief is Shognosh. We'll go ahead and give you Shognosh's numbers. His last two starts have been victories. He's 2-0-0 in the regular season, a 3.66 goals against, and a .922 save percentage. Have I got that right? I do have that right. A .922 save percentage. That would be best in the league. I don't know if that eclipses Beggs by virtue of games played. Get back to that on the minute. His last outing, of course, was last night. The 15-3 win hosting Delta. And that would be his second win of the regular season. That was his last outing last night. Under 25. Check that now. Almost 15 to go. So shot clock no longer in effect, as it'll be picked up here. Oh, it is. Actually, it's off by 3 seconds. Stand by for that. Left corner. Now one last chance here, maybe. And that's going to bounce free to safety. And that should do it almost. Now, actually, you got 2.3. There may be just enough time here for the Rocks to get a long pass away. And a shot. They can't. And that's going to do it for period number one. Shots on goal. Just lost it there, 21-14. It's showing on the in-house. 21-14 for us as well up here in the broadcast booth. Wow, that was a period. I've called some quick ones, folks, but that in the annals of my time calling this game. That's but one of the more fast and furious first periods I've seen in quite a while. And that's going to do us for period number one in the books. We'll go ahead and run through that quick set of replays. I think the guys have probably got a couple. I would be totally interested to see. I don't know if the guys have got it there, but there's that interesting play there that hit the post. That hit the post play. But here's the one goal there by the Saints. You can see Lincoln Wall diving towards net here. I don't know if the crew there, if Chris and the guys have got that shot that ended up hitting the post. Here's that outlet pass here. Oh, this is the breakaway. This is the setup here with Brusinius on the right side. A chance toward goal there. And by the way, a big scoring play on that one. That was Parker Sorensen, the unassisted goal. And here's that over-the-top shot there by the captain, Grayson Thompson. And then I think this one could be the one that hits the post here. Let's see what they teed up here for us. Here's Quested as he works it over the left side. Now, it was that one-timer, that beautiful one-timer set up there. We may not have the post one. That's okay. I'm pretty sure they hit the base of the post. That was an interesting play on it. But the last goal you just saw there, that was, of course, Jet Klassen's scoring mark, and that would be his second of the regular season. Oh, I think the guys might have it. Here is the play here that I think hits the post. That's right. It was Carrero towards it. Yeah, you could see it hit the post. One more time. We'll slow it right down, see if we can get it right here, and bang. Now, a little bit wooded by the player. Great job there by my replay crew. Boy, they're the best in the business, and that's none other than Aaron McCandless on camera, Ryan Snowden, who took that shot. Anthony Budden, our statistician, the guy that put that all together, that pack for you. That's my superb producer engineer, Chris Budden, and Jordan Smith on in-house. Mike Clay Cochran with you. Hope you enjoyed that first period. It was a doozy for me to call up here. I think we're going to see more of that in the second period. More to follow. We're coming up with a coach's show. If you missed it earlier, by the way, Dave Bremner assigned Darren Rising again up top, and Darren and I had a good chat pre-game. We talked all things Shamrocks, and we talked a lot about the playoffs, the ramifications of tonight's game, a veritable game one, if you will, in parentheses, but that's the story after 20 minutes. 5-1 the score. Shamrocks on top after 20. They're going to come out of the break Still on the man advantage for, I want to say, about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. More to follow on that. Here comes myself and Darren Reisig in the coaches show. 5-1 the score after 20 minutes. We'll be right back. Yeah, I'm here with Darren Reisig, assistant coach of the Shamrocks. Thanks for being alongside, Coach. Good to see you again tonight. Look, let's just, instead of me going backwards in time, let's just go tonight. Holy smokes, Coach. All the marbles are on the table. The entire playoff path, I think I asked you about that last game. The entire playoff path is down to kind of tonight's game. Tell us what all the marbles on the table mean to you as a coach.
Right. Well, unless weird things happen, this game could have a high likelihood of income. Who's going to come 2, who's going to come 3, and we are probably playing each other next week when the playoffs start. So really, we can talk about this being game 1 of the playoffs right now, and should be a really good one tonight.
Good. I'm glad you did that. I am going to go a little backwards in time and just talk about what's been happening lately. Look, I thought we had a couple big kind of coming out parties, on Tuesday night there against Nanaimo. And, nobody showed me that more than maybe number 28, a newcomer, of course, and I'm talking about McDougall. Tell us about specifically what you saw from that guy. I think he had something like 7 points on Tuesday night. Yeah. Tell us about McDougall.
Evan showed right away at practice and in the first game that he's got a high lacrosse IQ, and his skill set is very, very good. He's, as the boys say, he's got some really nice mitts.
Totally.
And Tuesday, I think we saw what he's capable of doing. He's got a great stick. He's always looking for a feed. His head's always up, and Marcelo was the benefit of seeing a lot of nice little passes inside to put away.
Yeah. You mentioned nice little passes and mentioning Guerrero. Look, he had a 9-pointer himself. Now, look, I'm not trying to throw a wet blanket on it. There were 9 call-ups in the lineup for Nanaimo, and I respectfully, they put up a great performance, I thought, against you, especially some of those young kids. But tell us less about the single players, but tell me, Coach, what the team's sort of message was with kind of a victory like that and maybe some momentum coming into tonight.
Well, process over product was the goal on Tuesday. So play properly, let's do things right, and let's get both ends of our floor cooking.
Okay.
And Nanaimo was good that night. They came out right and scored the first one and let us know they're here to play. And I thought as the game went on, I thought both ends of our units did a good job of sticking with process and getting better. And, the ball doesn't always go in, but I think we played well at both ends.
Your goaltender, newcomer, Grayson Beggs, his first game in Shamrocks green. He comes in to the contest with that vaunted, 8-7, whatever the number is, save percentage, tops in the league. That's a risky stat to have, Coach. You can lose that in a New York minute. He did put up good work in net. Tell us who gets the first of all, your thoughts on his performance, and please let me know who gets the start tonight.
No, Beggsy played great. He got welcomed to the game in the first 20 seconds with a goal against.
Oh, that's right.
That was poor defense on our part, not his fault.
Fine. Yeah.
And he settled in great. You're right. Only 3 more the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Steady. Yeah. He will get the start tonight.
Okay.
And give Gus a bit of a break and get them both fresh for the playoffs.
Okay. Glad to hear that. Look, I should ask you this before we came up here, any major changes to the lineup? We're going to see any junior Bs here, or are they going to be on a case-by-case basis as we get closer? And I say that, Coach, because, of course, last game I was talking about, you getting, the benefit of, promotion from within, players from within coming back. We talked about that last conversation. Tell us any changes, maybe what the junior B plan is, because don't forget the junior Bs just played one heck of a lacrosse game here, winning game 1 moments ago here, although a tight one. Your thoughts about junior Bs, how they're going to help you here as we get closer, and anybody in the lineup tonight?
Sure, yeah. We're finally pretty close to full health, which is first time all year. So a couple guys are scratched for no other reason except for our numbers. Brecken will step in for us tonight from the B team.
Okay.
But you're right, both teams have their own playoffs to be taken care of. So we're trying to ensure that our lineup is somewhat static and their lineup stays the same. So like I said, we're finally healthy. That's a huge bonus for us. It's taken all year. And hopefully we're going to start peaking at the right time.
Last question we had to hear on this, Coach. Well, normally I like to finish with an X's and O's, and I'll do just that. Look, I thought, sort of generally speaking, that full motion triangle that you guys have been trying to get working is slowly getting there. I see the triangle shifting and changing, top of the key, left side, right side. You go counter motion, in, out, inside out is right side up sometimes, and that's kind of the way to fool goaltenders. Tell me some X's and O's things that, not the super details, but what you want to see tonight to be successful, and like you say, what is ostensibly game 1 of the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, without giving too much detail, our goal is to play a motion offense where we're constantly moving.
Yeah.
The ball swings from side to side. We engage all 5 guys.
Yeah.
We don't have a one-man offense show like some other places do. Our goal is to keep the ball hot, keep our feet hot, and do our best to find the middle.
That's Darren Racing talking about what could be a semi-quasi game 1 here at the Q Center. 3:30 start time tonight. This is going to be a doozy, folks. Hope you enjoy this. So best of luck tonight.
Thanks very much.
Right on.
Take care.
Now, folks, we're back. Forgive me there if I stepped over Jordan for a moment. We are back, getting set for second period action and right back into net. And back starting this third period, it is number 88, Ashton Brown. So clearly the head coach there of the Poco Saints, Travis Cornwall, just wanted to give Brown a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a chance there to catch his breath. Because I'll tell you, Ashton Brown, he played a doozy of a first period. There was a flurry of goals, yep. Power play markers as well for the Shamrocks, but make no mistake, that guy down there to my broadcast left, and of course attacking left to right in the second period, the Poco Saints with Brown was excellent in that first period. Notwithstanding the score, Shamrocks, boy, too many men on the floor there for a second. They had 6 runners, and nobody saw that. Ball will clear, and it's going to be an over and back. And tricky little moment here. The play's alive now. They're going to call it dead, and it'll be picked up here by Poco on the new offensive set here. Just seconds gone here in this second frame. Poco with the ball here. Wall, he scored that goal late in the period to get him at least back within striking distance. He didn't want to go down the tunnel. Down 5-0 in the game. And now a chance here. We're trying to get around that crease area, but lost the handle was Maznick. He's got the ball again on the recovery. Maznick looking for a target. He's got Wall to the left point. Right side, Lucas lost his footing on the floor. A couple of players have. Lucas, good job there. Holy smokes. He was on his stomach, was Lucas. And he managed to pick up the ball one-handed and kept it alive. Ended up sending deep, and it'll be a turnover as Sorensen picked up the loose change. And now Quested along the far half wall will pick it up. Loads up, takes a shot there, and a save made by Ashton Brown. Came out of the ball game after that 5th goal, but he's back now between the pipes for the Poco Saints. A veritable Game 1 type atmosphere here. This game will go a very long way to deciding the playoff picture for both these lacrosse clubs. Left side entry here. trying to play it off a check. It ends up behind the net, high into the air, trying to pick it up, but down in the green paint. It'll be a headman pass here for Klassen, and Klassen lumbers down to the left side. Had a good first period. Did Klassen, goal and an assist. I'll give you the scoring plays here in a moment. Left side, Wade. Top of the umbrella, he'll feed it down to the right side. Dylan Anderson coming out of the zone. Back to Lowe. He had a goal in that first period. Got things going. There's a shot there. Blocked in front. It'll be picked up here by Carrero with just seconds left. Carrero on his knees. Para, Poco Saints on him. Carrero still with the ball. And the lacrosse stick slashed out of his hands. And they're going to say turnover on the 30-second shot clock. And it'll end up rolling all the way back down into the defensive zone of the Shamrocks. Here, of course, attacking right to left. The Shamrocks in the second period. Terry working to the corner. Picked up here near side. Man in front, takes a low shot there and a save made point blank. Stopped there by Beggs. He has been fantastic, only allowing one goal through 20 minutes. Good headman pass there to Grayson Thompson. Thompson now one-handed with a stick. He'll work it behind the net. Excellent game here, played by both clubs. The men in green up in front by 4 goals here. That doesn't mean much in this game. Another shot there, Klassen with it on net, but a save made by Ashton Brown. Now we'll go the other way here. Wong into the zone. He'll feed off with help now. Wall onto the floor. Right side, Wall. Stutter steps to get around his man. Now Wall with a quick entry to the left side. He's got it again. Wall with a low shot there, blocked in front. Boy, that one's going to leave a mark. Sorensen with the stop there as he lost sight of the ball for a moment. There's another shot in tight and another save made there by Grayson Beggs. He has been terrific here as Pavetta picks up the ball here near side, and he'll lumber down the left wing. Remember these Saints, they played last night. I don't know if they got any bus or fairy legs, but I tell you, they had a big game last night. 15-3 victors they were. Hosting Delta. Ball misses. It'll end up behind the net. Picked up here by Poco as they'll go the other way here. Right side, left side, down to left. Young will slow things down. And he'll fake the dish off. He'll end up working it to the far wall. And now it'll be Poco with it again. Lucas on the reload. Lucas here, left side. Fake the shot. He'll go top of the umbrella. Back to Lucas. Running out of time. Tries to get around his man. Can't do it. Lucas now trying to find a lane. Works his way. Para checks on him. And the ball comes loose. And it'll be a battle for it to the corner as Jake Fikowski was racing down the ball. Good defensive play there by Fikowski. And now the ball will come free up the left side. Brecken Williams, the one Junior B player you heard in that coach's show there. My thanks again to Darren Rising as he explained the one Junior B player we're going to probably see. There's a shot, rebound in front. Klassen turns and fires a second time, and 2-point blankers there. Ashton Brown, what a job there. Here's Lowe, takes a low shot there. He was dumped on the release. Now a bounce that'll end up right onto the stick of Wong, but he's got no help, and he has to just throw on the speed brakes and shut her down as the spoilers come out for number 33. And now he's got help here on the reload. Hemmerling McLean, one of the Junior B players. There's a shot and a save made off the left shoulder of Grayson Beggs. And that'll be picked up here near side as the ball comes all the way loose. And a slash at the player, but Pavetta comes away with it as he slows down, looks around, surveys the traffic. And Pavetta happy just to work it to the far wall and slow things down here. Not yet 5 minutes gone in this second period. Tui set to come out of the box in a moment. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he had a 10-minute. That's why we were back to 5-on-5 for quite a while. Forgive me. As Tui, I had forgotten, picked up a 10-minute misconduct as well. So he's got about another 4 or 5. There's a chance there. Looking on the wrap over the top was Carrero as he was trying to do the dump over the crossbar over the shoulder of Ashton Brown. But again, that's the second time Brown has made a stop, or at least a defensive attempt that breaks up the scoring play there. That time attempted by the Shamrocks once again. Lucas, left side feed, now trying to get around his man. Chasing off the feed. Beautiful defensive work here as Terry takes a shot there towards goal. It'll roll all the way to the wall, and it'll end up rolling over the line as Masnick had a chance there. Questhead now coming out of the Zamboni Corral corner, and it'll be a fresh 30 here as the play's whistled in by the official tonight, Ryan White and Jason Syratuk. slamming away at it now. Low shot there, and that one missing. And boy, oh boy, taking a big dump there was McDougall. And boy, he absolutely was thrown to the floor. And I think there's going to be a penalty coming up. There is against the Poco Saints as Tui comes out after serving his 10. But I think it's going to be number 14, Lincoln Wall. And Wall not happy with that call. And excuse me, it is not Wall. That is Miles, number 44. That is Sebastian Miles. And Miles will sit for 2 or less now. And it'll be power play. I've got it unofficially as power play number 4 for Dave Bremner. Remember, their last was that 5-minute major. Unofficially got 1 for 2. There's a low shot in front. Chance there. Big rebound came out. Might have gone off the crossbar. Not sure about that. Now away with a counterattack here. Short-handed. Up the right side. Wong with speed. He was checked as he got to the dotted circle. And it'll be given up here at the point. It was number 26. That big trade there just a few weeks ago. Jared Masnick came in. He's got the ball now. Check that. It's Wall as he dives towards goal. And a save made there. Wall on his feet. Sodegout up out of the crease area. It'll be Ryan Lowe taking the ball right side to left down. Slowing things down now. Lowe will take over here and pass off to his relief. Now check that. He's going to stay on the floor as he got it over to McDougall. McDougall to Questhead, back to McDougall. McDougall will survey the entry. Doesn't like the look here. He's going to take a low shot and scores. And we talked about McDougall in that coach's show, and there he is again, doing what he does best. A very deceptive little play here. Watch this little mini pick set up there by Ryan Lowe. Just enough room to help McDougall. And McDougall slides a low shot there, low left side to the left of Ashton Brown's pad, right near the right post to you, the viewer. Watch this in here. This beautiful little low shot there. Fooled everybody in the building, including Ashton Brown, and it's now 6-1. Here's the call. Shoots and scores, and another goal here for the Shamrocks. They're starting to pour it on as Grayson Thompson scores before Jordan could get this scoring play out. I think it's going to be number 17, Grayson Thompson. That was a beautiful little pass here. Watch this work right off the faceoff. Watch Cram picks the ball up as Grayson Thompson directs traffic. For a second there, yeah, I'm assuming that came from Cram off the draw, and then that low bounce shot there. And boy, puts a stamp on that one. And what have we got? Maybe another change in net. They are going to again, and that might be it for the night for number 88, Ashton Brown. I suspect possibly in to stay. He came in relief there late in that second period. It is Keegan Shognosh. So Shognosh in the ball game now for the second time tonight. And here's the call from Jordan. Couldn't quite hear. Another shot towards goal there and another save. So I had that right. It was Cram picking up the lone assist on the aforementioned goal. Score now 7-1 if you're just joining us. And got a penalty coming up here against the Shamrocks. It's the captain, Grayson Thompson. Thompson will sit for 2 or less. We'll put the power play of the Poco Saints back into effect. Here's the call. So it was delay a game was a call there. Thompson on the delay a game play, and now it'll be Lincoln Wall with a long shot there, just missing wide. Hard snap shot there, ends up 200 feet in the right direction if you're a Shamrock fan. Boy, the fans really into this one. Didn't get the attendance tonight, but of course there was a big attendance coming into the ball game because don't forget the Junior B game, which was a 12-11 narrow victory for the Junior B Shamrocks. Just about an hour and a half ago, maybe a touch more than that. There's a long shot there by Quested. Collects his own rebound off the end wall. Still 10 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Quested one hand on the ball, on the stick, sends it deep. Pavetta trying to pick it up, and now it'll roll free. That's going to do it on that particular offensive possession. Now here come the Saints with the ball now. Those black jerseys that are road jerseys. Right side, the danger man, Masnick. He sends the ball to the right side wall. Tries to give a give and go, but nothing but green helmets in the way of that one. Now out of the zone, here comes the Shamrocks looking for a penalty. The Poco Saints is, boy, Masnick was hit hard right towards his bench. Slow to get off was Masnick. And boy, the Saints fans in the building, there's quite a few of them, did not like that. They thought there should have been a penalty on the play. Now, I'm not sure the Saints fans are incorrect. It might have been, Shamrocks might have got away with one there. Let's see if we can get that on maybe a replay if we can here. Might be a moment for it here. And if we get a pause in the action, might not get a chance to do it. We're rolling here again. Here comes number 16 with it, Luke Neary, and he's going to go off for a change and hand off to that junior B prospect, Hammerling McLean, as he has the ball now. Right side to Lucas. He'll throw on the brakes, top of the umbrella. He'll work at corner, but losing sight of it on the pass across was Rieger. And they somehow recover, and now to be picked up here. A penalty over. Now a chance on a 2-on-1 break. Now it's turned into a 2-on-2. Good recovery here. Diving towards goal was Grayson Thompson, and now to be picked up here at the far wall. No fresh 30s. He missed the net, and it'll be Shamrocks slowing it down at their own bench. On the short change, I checked that long change for the second period, but it was short by virtue of the fact they were changing all the players in the exchange area. That's where you want to do it. Carrero lost the ball there, bad giveaway. Now 2-on-1 going the other way, and look at this. Once again, green helmets coming back fast, lots of white shirts. As that in trouble defense, bend but don't break. They came back quick there for Dave Bremner, and boy, you can tell the commitment to defensive work is aplenty here and shown significantly by the Shamrocks here as they outlet the pass here, left side Bucinius. Under 10 to go here, second frame, 7-1 the score. It was all Shamrocks, 5 goals in that first period, 1 on the power play. And then a late goal by Lincoln Wall, the only response here by the Poco Saints. But don't let that fool you. This game, there's a shot and another save. This time Lowe will pick it up behind the net for a fresh 30. Don't let that fool you. The Poco Saints have played an excellent game here. They've just been stymied. There's a shot towards goal and another stop there by Shognosh. He came in, remember, late in that first period, and his first introduction to the game was a 50-foot breakaway that he had to face down. Probably his biggest moment of the night, but I think we got coincidental minors against Klassen and Neary. As Klassen, see if we can get the camera down on Klassen. He's trying to, looks like he's trying to climb over the glass. Not sure what he's doing down there. That is the Jet Klassen we know and love, yeah. He's having a couple words, trying to make sure that Neary's got his email address so they can go for coffee, I think, after the game. If I took my earphones off, I think I heard that conversation correctly here. Left side coming out of the zone. Now a big shoulder check there and a good job there hanging on the ball. What a job there by Terry. Kept the ball in possession of the Saints. I'm talking all over Jordan, forgive me. Here's Wall. Low shot there, and he was looking to go far side. And the ball will bounce clear, and it'll be an over and back against the Saints now. Pavetta picks it up. Low shot there towards goal. That one almost worked. High bounce, and it'll stay in play as that took an odd carom, and it will end up finally onto the Poco bench, and it'll be Poco ball. No, that should be Poco ball. Boy, I think the Shamrocks got a break there. Unless I misidentified the player touching the ball last, I thought that was Poco ball, but irrespective, we got a fresh 30 here to go. Coincidental minors there against Klassen and Neary. I think they were both roughing penalties. I talked all over Jordan. Bit of a guesswork on that one. Forgive me. Here's McDougall. Had a big goal there earlier. There's a shot towards goal. No look pass there. It actually was a no look shot there by Carrero. That worked out for him on Tuesday night against Nanaimo. Now an outlet pass here off the end of the stick, but quickly recovered. Here comes Poco with the ball now. Meach. Haven't called his name much in this game. A defensive player, but he's got the ball now. Meach will feed it to the far side wall, and it'll be picked up here by Rieger. And a no-look pass of his own right, as that one ends up in the left glove. He just caught that in the left glove, did Grayson Beggs. And now a headman pass out of the zone, Pemberton. 35 seconds left to go. Klassen climbing up to yell over the bench and communicate with his coaching staff. A highly dramatic Jet Klassen. Always fun to watch, and boy, it's been a different lacrosse team here with Klassen back in the lineup along with Pavetta. There's a shot towards goal, and they score! And watch out for these Shamrocks here in the postseason, folks, because they're a different look with guys like that. Number 28, McDougall. Watch this play here. Lowe gets it started. A high headman pass there, forward in front of the crease area to McDougall, and McDougall all fired up about that one. Watch this again. Feed to the left side. Lowe stops, hits the brakes, sees his man, fools a pair of defenders in front, including Young, who was unable to break that one up. And a quick shot towards goal. McDougall's second of the game, and here's the call.
Scored by number 28, Evan McDougall. Assist to number 2,
There's Sorensen with a steal. Takes a shot there, and a save made. A beautiful stop there by Shagnash. And now it'll be a headman pass. Man in front, watch out! Big chance there. Holy smokes, what a headman pass. Fontenla coming really, really close to scoring there for the Poco Saints. Wow, what an attempt. A point blanker right in front of Beggs. Man, oh man, that was close. Beggs having an absolute beauty of a game. I hope this can stand up for the playoffs. Here's Lowe with a shot there. Another stop by Shagnash as he throws out the right elbow. And now to be Klassen picking it up out of the corner. He'll just throw on the brakes and take a shot towards goal there. Anderson on the turn flip. That one almost worked. I think he got a small piece of it, did Shagnash, and now away with it. Meach again gains the zone as wholesale line changes being made by the Poco Saints. Just over 6 minutes left to go here, second period, 8-1 the score. If you're just joining us, and a give and go breaks out right side. That'll look like they'll try to make a quick play. Here's Masnick, and he can't find the lane. He'll do a low flip to Lucas. Now Masnick back to the left side, loading up. Terry takes a shot, and another stop there by Beggs. And Beggs showing his fundamentals. Boy, they are superb. Almost a giveaway there. Trouble with it, Brecken Williams, but a good recovery by the Utah Utes player and Pavetta. And now the Shamrocks here with Wade on the decoy. We'll work it to Thompson at the point. He feeds back to Wade in the corner. Wade, check that. It was Klassen. Klassen spins off a check. Here comes Klassen. He'll work it back to Quested here. Top of the right elbow. Quested can't find a lane. Takes a shot there. Got a piece of it. Was Shagnash. And off his elbow, it'll clear to the left side. And McDougall takes one for the team as Neary got a tag on him. And back to Klassen here calling for it at the left point. Klassen now with it. Takes a quick step towards goal, fakes it right. He'll work it left, and now Quested, bad pass there. Stolen, now a breakaway. Going the other way. Here comes Vanderwall. Vanderwall walk it in. Big stop there by Beggs. And Vanderwall on a 200-foot breakaway off an errant pass. Then a steal by Vanderwall goes for naught because of that guy down there. Beggs leading the league in save percentage. Although that's an interesting conversation with Shagnash. His numbers, of course, 9-2-2. There's a shot towards goal and another stop there by Shagnash. He has been superb since coming in relief, not once but twice in this game, as he gives the ball to Young. Now trying to hammer their way through a whole pile of checks. Almost losing the ball, but good recovery here. Terry at the point. He'll work it right side. Down on the corner wall with it. Trying to work his way off checks. Boy, the defensive setup here. Long shot there. Left pad save by Beggs. It'll bounce. They're going to say no over and back as it was touched, I think, by a defender. Excuse me, it would be right off of Beggs would be all it would take. So no over and back, and it's a fresh 30 for the men in black here, attacking left to right here as we get down to the later moments of this second period. This game has just absolutely whizzed by. Here's Wall, one steps towards goal. Second check, almost lost it there. Here's Wall diving towards goal, takes a shot, thinks it's in, and they're going to say no goal on the play. In fact, missed the net as the moorings come off, reset there by Beggs, and it'll now be the Shamrocks with the ball, cram across the line, and we're going to make more changes as Brecken Williams, that lone junior B player, He's put up a ton of minutes for Dave Bremner's club this year, I might add. Here's Ryan Lowe with a shot there, bounce shot, towards goal. But a good job defensively. In front of him was Meach, breaking up the play. Low shot there and a save made by Snodgrass on that one. And Brecken Williams, a 1-on-2 attack here, and the junior B player putting up big minutes. Check that, it's a 1-on-4 by the junior B, and he almost drew a penalty. Holy smokes, what a shift there by shifty number 9 Brecken Williams. Off to St. Bonaventure in a couple seasons. You can see why the Bonnies have taken an interest in this player in Brecken Williams. Good job there. Just under 3 minutes to go here in this second frame. We got a foot violation in the crease area. Now check that. That was actually a moving screen against the Poco Saints, and now going the other way. Lucinius, the big body. No Pollock, by the way, in the lineup tonight. Just a couple players I think Dave Bremner is trying to give a night off to or not. Now another pass to the far point. Here's Grayson Thompson. Takes a low shot there and a save made by Shagnash as it bounces free. Fresh 30 here for the men in green. And now on the left side, McDougall on the reload. It's been a different club, is what I was trying to say earlier, since McDougall's joined this team along with Pavetta. There's a low shot in tight, trying to go 5-hole. And another stop, absolutely huge one there by Shagnash. Game certainly still within reach. Make no mistake, shots on goal right now, 37-21 in favor of the Shamrocks. That's lopsided. The score's lopsided, but the play isn't, if that makes any sense. Here's Woll, sandwiched hard along the near wall. Thompson dislodges the stick and the ball. He's dumped, and they're going to say a push, and a loose ball push against Poco. And the Shamrocks like the call. We'll get a look at the bench here. As you can see the smile on the face of Dave Bremner. He's got the old lacrosse stick in his hand. You can see Bremner directing traffic and making sure that his team knows exactly what he wants as we get a penalty here against the Saints. Bremner doing what he does sometimes. He gets a little nervous. He grabs that lacrosse stick and just kind of almost a little bit of an old comfort blanket, if you will, by the veteran coach and Dave Bremner. And he's going to set his power play up again. I'll give you those numbers as we see.
To number 14, Lincoln Wall. 2 minutes of delay of game. Time of penalty, 18-12.
So delay a game, the call there against Wall, and it'll be power play number 5 unofficially I've got for the Shamrocks. I've got them 1 for 4 as they check in here. A power play that's doing just fine at 33%, right on the nose. And now McDougall here working it to the left side. It's the penalty kill. There's a shot, and the whistle coming right at the time of the shot release as Young fell on the play, and I think that's going to be another moving screen, that time against the team on the power play. The Shamrocks here for another $1.22. We're just about a minute, just over a minute left to go here, second frame. We'll hear that from Jordan in a moment, and they're happy just to slow it down here. Oscar Lucas. And there's Jordan now. Lucas will just work it down into the corner. He's going to take a little run towards net. He's got Cram on him, and now a low shot there. Misses everyone. Good stick by Cram, breaking that one up. And exactly 1 minute left to go on the Wall minor. By the way, I think I said it. It was delay a game to Wall. And unless the Shamrocks score, they'll have 15 seconds to start the third period on the man advantage. They've got it now. Working it left to right. And now a long shot there, and it hits the Shamrocks 1979 Man Cup champion flag hanging right over that south net. And now it'll be picked up here. That was a heck of a year in this city. Heck, I was talking to a man that played in that. Actually did not play. Forgive me, Dave Rising fans. No, Dave was still junior back then. I got a little ahead of myself there. I'd have to take a look at that 79 club. But I was talking to Rising about the building he used to play in. We had a fun chat there talking about the old barn on Blanchard and what fun it was because it had the concourse. You gotta love a building with a concourse. There's a shot there, a low one coming in, and but a shot there, a save made by Shagnash. And he keeps his team in it. They're only down by 7. I know that sounds like a lot in lacrosse. You know it's not. 8-1 the score after 40 minutes. Shagnash, who came in relief at the end of that first period, comes in relief early on in this second frame. And he's got a smile on his face as the relief goaltender in Shagnash. And like both teams playing loose, they know they're going to face each other in the postseason, are very, very likely. There are some mathematical permutations that would see that not occur, although I don't really have time to go into all of them. I think the big story, and I probably have not done the service to you fans at home, both clubs coming into this tonight obviously tied in second place, both with 20 points, but a game in hand enjoyed by Poco. That's really the tale of the tape. And obviously that game in hand doesn't count tonight. They've got more games, well, obviously an extra game with the Shamrocks with their final game of the regular season, which will be at Delta on Monday evening. But after that, Poco will have 2 games, and those 2 games, those 4 possible points, could really, really tell the tale of the tape. Notwithstanding this one, though, absolutely vital if the Shamrocks have any chance to have home floor advantage in round 1, which could be, would be, should be against these Poco Saints. More on that as we get into the third period, but we got a little break here, 9.5 until we're back on the floor with players going in each direction, fast and furious. It's been a fast and furious game at the Q Center tonight. Clay Cochran with you, with my superb team here backing me up. Aaron McCandless, Ryan Snowden on camera, Anthony Budden, our statistician, Jordan Smith, our public address announcer, and of course producer engineer Chris Budden. We'll be back in just a minute. It's 8-1 Shamrocks after 40 minutes. We will be right back. fans. Back here getting set for third period action. And an absolute barn burner. Shots on goal 38-21 in favor of the Shamrocks. Saw some changes in net there by the Poco Saints. In full relief. His number 00. And of course is Keegan Shognosh. Was excellent in that second period. He's going to be called on to hold the fort down here. Cannot really allow another goal, I would say. The Saints cannot. If they are to come back, and what would be a miraculous comeback here, down 8-1, but it's been done before, and it could be done again. There's a low shot and a save made by Keegan Shognosh, and boy, the Saints, as I said, this game, both clubs realizing that all the marbles are on the table, if you will, in terms of playoff permutations, combinations, and I'll explain more of that. Maybe we're going to get a little break in the action like we've seen any of that tonight. There's a chance here for the Saints. There's a shot towards goal. Caught in the right pad of Grayson Beggs, who's been absolutely superb. And as Beggs comes out of the net area, we got a delayed penalty here against the Saints. Trouble brewing here with 5 on the floor on the low house build here by the men in black. An extra man on the floor here for the Shamrocks. Looking to load up. Takes a shot, trying to go over the shoulder of Shognosh, but got a piece of that, and it's a fresh 30 here. 6 on 5. Momentary even strength. Extra attacker, if you will. Net empty to my left. Now a shot in tight and a save made there. Another one picked up here by Wade as a fresh 30 again. No, check that. It was a missed shot as no fresh 30 on that. Forgive me, folks. Here's Wade again. Takes a low shot and another stop by Keegan Shognosh. We got a penalty here as the Saints protest. I'm going to say slashing the call. Might be to 23 Vanderwall. No, excuse me, it is not. That was number 34. Vanderwall getting the explanation from Jason Syrchuk, but it's Josh Mills in the penalty box here for the Saints, and why they didn't need that to start the third period is Dave Bremner's power play, which has been steady Eddie around 1 for 3 all season, will take over here with just over 18 minutes left to go. Just a couple minutes gone here in this third period.
2 minutes for slashing. Time for the penalty, 137. Mills, 2 minutes for slashing and 1.
There's a shot and a save made, and the bench of the Poco Saints comes alive, but out of the corner comes Lowe, and he's hit hard low. And watch out, Ryan Lowe, very slow to get up as he looked to be hit hard on the play. And now it'll be taken over here with a fresh 30 for the men in green. McDougall with the ball now. Loud building here, the Q Center. Great crowd into it tonight. Now working it to the top of the left elbow. McDougall tried the low pass there, but it was read beautifully. Picked off here by Young. Here comes Blake Young down through the lane. 2-on-1 chance here. He's got it to Wong. Wong to the left side. Here's Young. Takes a shot. Save made there. Point blanker again by Beggs. Wong and Young, after Young had stolen the ball. Another low shot there, and the ball comes loose as Carrero will pick it up, and wow. Grayson Beggs worth his weight in salt tonight. Boy, he has been absolutely San-Frantastic through 40 minutes plus here as Carter Questhead will hand off the ball to the corner to Thompson. Back to Questhead again. Questhead takes a shot there, missed well wide, but the quick stick of Carrero recovers, and now Thompson again. Not a lot of time left. There's a shot and a save made by Keegan Shognosh. As these Saints, remember they played a game last night. I mentioned that before, the 15-3 blowout win there against Delta at home there last night. You might be feeling it a little bit in the legs, but you wouldn't know it with the running we've seen from the Saints tonight. They've been excellent. It's a very unusual game. The score does not describe the play at all. Here's Masnick. Low shot there and a save made by Beggs. They just cannot solve Beggs. That's really the tale of the tape tonight. It has just been all Beggs all night. Shots on goal again, 41-24. Yeah, that's a little bit lopsided, along with the score perhaps. But man, the Shamrocks have made good defensive decisions. They've been back early on breakaways and breakouts, should I say. Here's Wade down on the right corner. He's got help there now behind the net. Long pass there to Klassen, works out. Thompson takes a low shot there, and another stop by Shagnash as it bounces clear. Right side, Thompson on the recover, fresh 30. Back to 5-on-5. We are, by the way, now to the left side. A low shot coming through traffic, hit the body in front, and a good block there by Poco, and it'll be Miles coming out of the corner with the ball now. Miles with speed over the center floor logo. He'll drop it off to Terry as the rest of the cavalry joins the floor here for the Saints. They're going to have 2 games to play, will the Saints, after Monday's final game there by the Shamrocks, which will be funny. The Shamrocks, of course, will be, hold on, we got a penalty here against the Shamrocks, I do believe. I'll give you more on that in a moment, but I want to finish that point. I guess what I'm trying to say is the Shamrocks will be scoreboard watching aplenty should this game end up being a victory tonight. It's Businius in the penalty box for a cross-checking call, I do believe. As the power play will go into effect here for the second time tonight for Travis Cornwall's offense. Here's a call.
2 minutes for the little cross-check.
2 minutes on the illegal cross-check. Now a turnover here. Cram, a one-on-one attack, turns into a one-on-two, and he wisely throws on the brakes, but he's got a man in front. Chance here for the Shamrocks, short-handed, and man, oh man, what a slide through the crease area. They're going to need to clean that up. I bet there's a long sweat stain there as Carrero came in like grease lightning, left to right, and he slid for a long time. We got a penalty coming up here, another one against the Shamrocks. There's a shot, save made, big rebound comes out. Another shot towards goal. That one missed as Beggs was over to his far right post, left post to you, the viewer. There's a shot, they score, and a power play goal connects for the men in black, and Poco gets back in this contest, perhaps 8 down, 8-2. Watch this ball picked up here as Lucas sends it over to the right elbow, and a low bounce shot there. Toughest ones to stop, I'm told by goaltenders, is Grayson Beggs beat on that one as Lucas got the pass over to number 34, Josh Mills. That should be Mills' 27th, you heard me right, 27th goal of the regular season. And number 34, Josh Mills for Poco. And don't look now, that was a power play goal, and now they got another one because Carrero's in the box, so it's going to be back-to-back power play opportunities. Don't look now, could be a little bit of trouble here, and an errant pass is going to be an over and back here, I do believe. No call on it, and here's the call.
Assistant number 28, Oscar Lucas. Time of the goal, 5:43. Mills and Lucas at 5.
So Austin Lucas picking up the lone helper on the Mills goal. So it was unsportsmanlike conduct from Carrero,
2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct at 5:43.
which creates the back-to-back power play opportunity here for Poco. $1:25 left now in the Carrero unsportsmanlike. Shamrocks with the ball. Here's Klassen. Fakes it and gets over to Quested at the right point. Quested now will stutter step to his right and stop on the entry, and now get it back to Klassen, who directs traffic with the left hand. Klassen now still directing. One hand on the stick, makes a good pass to Thompson. Now Thompson loads up, takes a shot right into the center of the logo of Keegan Shagnash. And now the Poco Saints with a fresh 30 and 50 seconds left to go, and the man advantage here. They're second in as many minutes. They're still in this ball game. They're down by 6, and that's plenty of time in this game. This one a long way from over. Masnick, errant pass there. Shamrock fans and the bench loving that one as a player lost his stick. I think it was Mills up with it now. Shoots and scores, and another power play goal. That's why I said, don't look now. The Saints with back-to-back power play goals will put themselves right back in to the picture in this game. And watch this work here as the ball works around. Might have been a bit of a screen setup. We'll see here Mills with a little bit of trouble. It looked like he lost the ball, and then it was picked up along the far wall by Mills, and he loads up a low shot there. It worked before, and he has back-to-back goals here in about the span of the last 2 minutes. Eric pass there, trouble with the Pavetta, now bad giveaway, watch out, 2-on-2. It was a 2-on-1 for a moment. We got a penalty possibly coming up against the Shamrocks again. And that's it, a holding call. Shamrocks gonna go to the penalty box. And as I said, 12:27, and the Shamrocks maybe getting just a little bit tight here as Thompson, the captain, is gonna sit for 2 or less again. And suddenly 3 power plays for the Poco Saints literally in the last 3 minutes. Let's hear on the replay. See bit of a hook there, slash. I think I didn't see the hand signal, but I think that's going to be a cross check. It was Neary on the entry. I think I said Mills. As he was tripped there, and I think it's going to be cross-checking here against Thompson as the squeegee man comes out and cleans up what's going on there down in aisle 4. And the big crowd in the building gives the squeegee man a round of applause. So does the bench of the Saints. Good on them. And they're back in the ball game, 8-3. Mills to the left side, Masnick. Chance there in front. Low shot, they score! 3 power play goals in 3 minutes has got the Poco Saints totally back in this ball game. Watch this, into the zone, over to the right side. Masnick found his man, top of the umbrella, and loading up again. That time a fake left, faked right, and then going high on the release. And that's number 28, Oscar Lucas. After that big trade 3 weeks ago, well, check that, about 4 weeks ago with Delta. So the Shamrocks, in a bit of a jam here, have suddenly given up 3 goals in as many minutes. There's still tons of time left in this contest. So power play goal, as you just heard there, Oscar Lucas. That should be his 28th goal of the regular season. And another chance there. And that time another holding call, I think, coming up again. And the Shamrocks again are going to take the long, slow march to the penalty box. This time it's Luca Pavetta. And folks, this is why this game is never in the books till it's in the books. Holding. 4th call in as many minutes. Yeah, you heard me right, about 4 penalties in about 4, maybe 5 minutes. Luca Pavetta. There's a shot, they score! Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. 4 power play goals in quick succession by the Poco Saints, and it's a 3-goal ball game. A low shot 5-hole on Grayson Beggs works, and Luca Pavetta out of the penalty box and right over to Dave Bremner's bench. And don't look now, there were only 8 seconds gone on that when that play came in off the whistle and was whistled into play. 8 seconds it took to go 5-hole and score. Here's the call. So Walls from Rieger and Lucas, number 28. And wow, it is suddenly a 3-goal game. There's a shot and a tight save made there. And boy, Keegan Shognosh, a huge stop there. We got a penalty though against the Saints, possibly with penalties all over the floor. Suddenly it's been a rash of Shamrocks players, and now Vanderwall, with the Shamrocks getting very, very tight here late in this ball game with a 7-goal lead, have given up that 7-goal lead. Well, now try to work the power play for the first time tonight. We got maybe something going on at the bench. We got 2 players in the penalty box. So a misconduct added to Vanderwall's penalty. We'll find out in a moment as Rieger's going to come in. So that's going to be it for Vanderwall, almost for his night, as he's going to pick up a 10. Here's the call. So Vanderwall 2 on the contact. Then he got 10 on the unsportsmanlike. So power play number 7. Here's.
Cross check, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct at 8:40.
Oh, excuse me. It's 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. I thought there was a 10 on that. Actually, yeah, it was a 10-minute misconduct. I think Jordan actually may have read that incorrectly, or the phone call that got up to him was incorrect. And I think you're going to hear a correction in a moment. It wasn't a 4-minute double minor. It's a 2-minute plus a 10 on the unsportsmanlike. There's a shot and a save made there by Beggs. If I've got that wrong, folks, I'll buy you a Coke. 10:33 left to go. This game has suddenly gotten super tight.
Number 23, Vanderwall. 2 minutes for an illegal cross check and a 10-minute misconduct. 2-minute penalty.
And there you go. I'm not right very often, but a squirrel will find an odd nut from time to time, and I just did there and saw the correction. Now a bad giveaway. Watch out, shorthanded, 2-on-1. Wong down the left side, and he throws on the brakes with only 50 seconds remaining in the Vanderwall minor. As I said, Vanderwall, that's pretty much almost his night, because he won't be allowed out until about a minute and a half to go in this third period. Plus, he'll need a whistle to get the door, so that could be almost it, unfortunately, for number 23, Zach Vanderwall. But more importantly, the Shamrocks are in big trouble right now, in a huge jam. Yeah, they're up 3 goals, and yeah, they're on the power play for another 25 seconds, but boy, they have gotten tight in a hurry. 4 goals, all on the power play, and that much maligned penalty kill unit that's been getting better all season suddenly got tight here in the third period. There's a shot, shoulder stop there by Shognosh, and now away with the ball. Speed down the left wing, Wong. He's been great all night. Here comes Wong now into the zone, throws on the brakes, back to the point. Mills, he got the party started, did Mills, in this third period as he looks up to check the score. And the time left on the clock. 8-5 as Terry with the ball now. Fakes the shot. He'll go behind the net. Terry running out of room as he's chased out of the corner. He nearly checked off the ball, and it forces a semi-errant pass, and it'll be a turnover on time with Lucas whacking away at it. And boy, you can hear the bench of the Shamrocks each and every time there's a stop for the Shamrocks. They get precipitously closer to what they hope is an absolutely huge victory if they can hang on tonight, but it's been testy to say the least here in this third period. Now McDougall, good head man there to Carrero. Without a point so far tonight, Carrero, he's got the ball now, works to the left side, big check there, absorbed by Klassen, takes a shot there, big block in front. Now it's a race for the ball, 1 second left to go. McDougall takes a prayer shot towards the net, and the ball will bounce. I'm going to turn down the in-house mic. That might be a bit loud. Boy, the players banging on the door, on the boards, should I say. Probably about as loud as I've heard all season. There is an absolute power, should I say, playoff atmosphere in the building tonight. Mills, point blanker there, missed high and wide. Probably came off the end of the stick on an errant release. Here's Pavetta here, 1-on-2. Look for the underhanded pass now. Bucinius was luckily man on the spot, picks it up for the Shamrocks. Bucinius with the ball here out of the corner right side. Help now coming on that late change. It'll be Low with the ball, working out of the left corner. Low with a low shot there, big block in front, hit a leg. Think it was the captain. Good block there. I'll give it to Tui as it ends up back to the goaltender Beggs, and he goes for the long bomb release just to get the ball deep. With 7:45 left to go here in this third period. Is 7:45 left to go here in this third period. 8-5 the score. Very tight game. My goodness, the Shamrocks skipping the light fantastic with all those penalties against, and boy, it has come back to hurt them in a hurry. As I said, 4 unanswered power play goals against, and the Shamrocks here working the ball into the zone, trying to manage the rest of this game. But there's still loads of time on the clock, 7+. Here's Thompson. Couldn't find a lane. He's got Questhead here, top of the right elbow. Here comes a chance in front, and a big check there into the helmet, and very slow to get up. No call on the play. And as Klassen took a errant stick, I don't think there was any intent on it, but Klassen, boy, very slow at the bench as he took one right in the cage and is on the bench being looked at. Boy, he is shook up. Is Jet Klassen. Now into the zone. The danger man again is Masnick. Calling for it now. I'll work it to the top of the point. A low shot coming through there, just missing wide. And back to Terry at the point. Trouble with it, but Terry quickly collected it. And back to Mills, who ran out of time and sends it deep. Shamrocks bench happy with that. Now here comes Sorensen into the game, into the zone, and gotta say a crease violation. Boy, I think the Shamrocks got away with that one. I think Carrera was well into the green paint, but no call on the play by Jason Syratek, who shakes his head, and you can hear the incredulous calls coming from the Saints bench, and I got to back the Saints bench up on that one. I think they actually got that right. Here's a chance in tight, and that one misses everything. A rebound in front, watch out, off the post. It came right out, second one, and pulled right off the line. Have a look at that one. That one got pulled right off the line. The save was made, hit the post, and came right out, and there was somebody down low. I'm not sure who. Might have been, could have been Anderson, Cooper Anderson. Somebody pulled the ball right off the line. We'll have a look at that when we get our next chance here with Wade with the ball now. Remember that moment, because I would have made it 8-6. Holy smokes, if that one gone in, it'd be a 2-goal ball game. Don't look now. Left side, long feed there, misses everyone, but Wade picks it up in the corner. Johnny on the spot. He's got the ball now, but he loses control of it. And it'll be a turnover as Blake Young will send the ball free out of the far corner. Back to Wong, and now Masnick will take over here as changes being made to my broadcast right. Down on the top of the left point, back to Masnick. He'll send a swing pass across, and a one-timer coming through, and Masnick was looking for a double one-timer. It looked like a one-timer from the right, and suddenly Masnick was on the doorstep looking to bury, and that came close too. Great job there, Grayson Beggs. I think they're going to give him a save on the play. Yeah, indeed they did, with a fresh 30, of course. Masnick in a load of trouble. He's got a pair of Shamrocks draped all over him and somehow hangs onto the ball as a Harvard player. Now Terry, stutter steps. He'll work it with speed to his right, and a shot that kind of went half off the stick. And what do we got here? We got another penalty coming up. Is it a Saint? I can't tell. There is a penalty coming up, says Ryan White. No, it is a Shamrock, excuse me. Shamrock going to the penalty box, and man, they didn't need a slashing call now with 4:41 to go. Remember, how could you forget 4 unanswered power play goals here has been the story of this third period. Anderson in the penalty box.
Cooper Anderson, 2 minutes for slashing. The time of the penalty, 15-19.
There's a shot towards goal. That one wide. Unofficially, I got the 7th goal, 7th power play opportunity. 4 for 6. I've got them unofficially. The Saints with Cram with the ball now. Clock maybe starting to become a bit of a picture, but this power play opportunity for the Saints will be absolutely of vital importance for the Saints this afternoon. They were down 6-1 at the end of 20 minutes. Only 2 goals there for the Shamrocks. A little pushback in the second for the Saints, but the Shamrocks scored a few to give them an 8-1 lead, which is what they had coming into the third period. But it has been an ephemeral lead for the Shamrocks as they're staring down the long barrel of a 3-goal lead with just under 4 to play and a minute still to go in the Anderson minor. Remember Vanderwall, he's off in that 10-minute misconduct. We'll give you his story in a moment. Now a long shot there from the left point. Mills missed well wide. It could be an over and back here against them, but watch out. Here comes Pavetta in tight on a short 20-foot break, and they're going to whistle the play dead, I think, says Ryan White. And Pavetta having words with Mills as Mills gave him a quick autograph on the exit from the floor, and now it'll be Carrero happy to just slow things down here with still 35 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Saints. So on the kill here, and back to Quested, happy just to rag the ball and enjoy some possession. Remember, it's 5 on 4, but it doesn't look like that. You got a long release man down to my broadcast left as they change the look on the power play here, and it'll roll down to the near side. It's going to be Poco ball here on the over and back, committed by the Shamrocks. 2:55 on the game clock, 14 seconds left to go in the Anderson minor. On his feet is Anderson now. Seconds left on what would be a huge kill here for the Shamrocks if they can do it. Here's Mills, one-handed on the stick, takes a shot, and don't look now, but it's a power play goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power play goals. You cannot make this up. The Shamrocks penalty kill has been absolutely unceremoniously undressed here this afternoon in this third period. All kinds of problems on the penalty kill. Watch this play here. Over to the left side, it'll work it to the top of the right point, and Mills again, a no-look one-hander, as he actually had his eyeballs away from the net. I think he was faking the shot. He goes low and scores 2 goals. The story separating these two clubs. Here's a call.
Assistant number 26, Jared Masnick. And number 28, Oscar Lucas. Number 17-14.
So Mills with his hat trick goal from Masnick, as you just heard, and Lucas, and they've been the usual suspects all game long, and man, oh man, it has been a flurry of goals here. Technically, actually, hold on, folks, it's been 6 unanswered. I forgot that the second period had ended. No, excuse me. It was Wall that scored that goal late in the first. But 5 unanswered here in the third. That's what I'm trying to say. Here's Saints with the ball now. 2 minutes to go in the game. A 2-goal lacrosse game that feels and has felt all night like game 1 of the playoffs. Here's Wall. Just spoke to him. Oh, it takes a big shot there to the neck area. Looked like he got a clothesline. No call on the play, says Ryan White. Shamrocks again, as I said, skipping the light fantastic with all these penalties again. You're going to have to clean that up. Here's Carter Quested with the ball now. Back to the point, line it up, takes a shot, chest save there by Shogdosh, and he's been the difference in this game as Shogdosh starts to take the slow walk towards his bench, and we've got a timeout by the Poco Saints here. I didn't see exactly how much time is up. Just under 2 minutes. I'll say it buck 20. Excuse me, it's a buck 24. So we'll go over to Dave Bremner's bench, and Bremner with the stick in his hand, as he's apt to do, and back over to the Poco Saints, and we'll see what the Saints coaching staff has got set up. You got Travis Cornwall, Jeff Cornwall, Ian Patterson down there, Kevin Shoemaker, and they're gonna chalk this thing up here, as I think that is Cornwall on the floor, chalking it up. And we'll go over to the left side and see Dave Brenmer. He's got the hand on the stick there and giving instructions to his club here. If the Shamrocks do hang on here, it will not be the prettiest looking box score, certainly for the third period, that's for sure. But as I said, absolutely strategically vital need here for the Shamrocks to win this game tonight if they're to have any chance of holding that precious second spot. Because should they win, I know you don't count your chickens before they hatch there, Cochran, but should they win on Monday night, they'll be up 4 points, and a tie scenario between these two clubs would be Shamrocks holding second by virtue of the game head-to-head differential. Here's a chance in tight. At AP, Hemmerling McLean with the ball now. He's getting some time here late, and Masnick spins off a check. Now working to left side. Just over a minute left to go. Low shot there, just misses wide by Masnick. It's going to be 3-2-1. That may be a turnover. It is. The Shamrocks up by 2 goals. They've surrendered 5 power play goals against, if you can believe that. Getting tight here in this third period. Pavetta now coming through traffic. He's tripped. No call on the play, and he was hammered. Boy, Shamrock's bench coming alive with that. And now the Shamrocks somehow stealing the ball. It was Klassen. What a job there. Out of all that, Klassen somehow came up with the ball. Here's Cram now into the zone. Under 40 seconds left to go. This thing is not over. McDougall. He's got the ball now. Happy just to waste a little time. Keep it deep. He's hassled hard. He's got a man on him in Meach. Meach will take it left side and now to the corner. Coming out of the zone here and nearly stripped of the ball. The Shamrocks working it. McDougall will take a low shot there. And boy, can they hang on. Yes, under 20 seconds left to go. Shot towards goal. Shamrocks, I think, are going to hang on. Yes, they are. 10 seconds left to go. An 8-6 game. And out of the net comes Shogdosh. One more chance here on the left wing. Meach towards Masnick. Masnick with a shot there from the point. There's another one. And that's going to do it. And this thing is a final. And some jarring and talking, and wow, we got some stuff going on here as Mills absolutely incensed with whatever happened there late, as Mills comes over to have a chat with a couple Shamrocks, and a little bit of frustration obviously, and understandably so, by the Poco Saints. Wall now having a couple words and a big hug a series of hugs and congratulatories to Grayson Beggs. And boy, Beggs was unbelievable in periods 1 and 2. I'd say the third period, yeah, they were power play goals. Maybe a couple he'd want back. But man, a few of them were absolutely unstoppable. And with his save percentage in those first 2 periods, you just knew the statistical laws of probability were going to probably run out on Grayson Beggs as he gave up, 5 goals in that third period. But boy, the Shamrocks managed to play well enough defensively to just kind of hang on. A narrow victory. And in a way, it marries what I've been saying all game, because of course I mentioned to you folks that the score in the game did not describe the play at all. The Saints were all over the Shamrocks at certain portions of this lacrosse game, and boy, these two clubs probably destined almost certainly to play each other in the first round. Remember, it'll be a best of 5, so home floor advantage is going to be absolutely huge for whichever team manages to hang on to it. The Shamrocks will play one more game, as I said, Monday night at Delta, and then 2 games, both very winnable for the Saints, as they leave the floor of the Q Center for the last time in the regular season, but not likely the last time for the playoffs, because playoffs are in just over a week's time, or just under, I suppose. Get started really, we think possibly Friday, maybe even Saturday, as late as Saturday. Certainly by Saturday it'll be the story. That is the story tonight. Final shots on goal were 53-34 in favor of the victorious Shamrocks. But the story of the night is going to be maybe the changes in goal that were made by the Poco Saints. Shagnash coming in and putting up big close the door numbers. He absolutely slammed the door shut, and very nearly the Shamrocks came oh so close to giving up what would have been a heartbreaking loss on home floor, but they didn't. They hung in and held firm here against the Poco Saints. What a way to entertain the fans here at the Q Center to close out the regular season 2026. Before we say goodnight, we're going to go down and see what we got in the replay department. I got 3 beautiful goals here. Here's Sorensen back in that first period. And watch this breakout here. Sorensen, this is that beautiful 2-on-1. Bucinius doesn't get an assist on this, deserves one, as he's the decoy. But watch this here. One of the best goals maybe of his entire career. And that was Sorensen on the release. And now here's goal number 2. This is second period, McDougall. Watch McDougall here. Excuse me, back in the first period. I got that wrong. Forgive me. That was Grayson Thompson. Here's McDougall's goal in the second. That's right, attacking right to left. Here, watch McDougall here. This is that high feed there as he climbs up and gets that ball and then puts one over the shoulder. And that probably, at the time, it looked like that was going to do it. I got them slightly out of order. I think we had Grayson Thompson in there, and that was back in the first period, was that second goal that you saw. But that's going to do it for us. We'll say goodnight to you fans. Terrific game tonight. 8-6 the final here on home floor for the Shamrocks. They were absolutely terrific tonight, although obviously got a little tight there in that third period. We talked about the 5 power play goals against. Dave Bremner, no doubt, will be looking at the film and trying to clean that one up. They've got one more game to play, and I'll give you that in a moment. Shots on goals, I said one more time. It was... where were we? We were 53-34 in shots on goal. Poco Saints, they will now leave the building tonight with a record of 10-6-0. The Shamrocks, they will improve to 11-6-0 on the regular season. Thanks again to all of our sponsors, you army of volunteers, and you, the fans. Couldn't do it without you. The Shamrocks, as I said, will play just that one more game. It's a road game at Delta on Monday night. And then it's off to the BCJA LL playoffs, but they will have to wait. They'll be scoreboard watching all week, will be the Shamrocks, because Poco's got 2 in hand, and they're going to be vital games that could go a long way. But should the Shamrocks win, and don't count them until they're hatched, they will, I do believe, mathematically assure themselves of second place in the league, and I believe that is how that will work. If I got that wrong, forgive me, folks. You can text me later. Like I said, as I always do, I'll buy you a Coke. That's it for us. We're going to say goodnight on behalf of the entire team here. Ryan Snowden, Aaron McCandless on camera, our statistician, of course, Anthony Budden, as always. Chris Budden was our producer engineer, of course. Our esteemed man downstairs, the voice of the building, and that, of course, is Jordan Smith. That's it. Going to do it for us tonight, folks. Hope you enjoyed that one. A tight one for sure. 8-6 the finals. Shamrocks on top. They win their final game of the home game of the regular season. 1 to play. We'll see you on. We'll hear about that on Monday night, and we'll talk to you in the playoffs. Until next time, this is Clay Cochran saying good night from the southern tip of Vancouver Island.